But before you ask any questions, if you want to go to BeerOps.io website, we've got a shiny new little chat bot down the bottom right-hand side. And I'd be very, very curious to hear your feedback, whether it can answer some of your questions. Nothing too personal would be fantastic. It's not going to give any secrets away. But if you can try to ask your question to the chatbot and let us know if it's slightly smart, useful, or otherwise, that'd be fantastic. Okay, start from the top. Opportunities. So if you've got a question, I've just said, if you can, first of all, have a look at the new chatbot on BeerOps.io, that would be fantastic. The second place to look for information is on the sponsor portal. So everybody should have received an invite to the sponsor portal. If you have not received an invite to the sponsor portal, if you can please just ping us on the chat, that would be fantastic. And we can get that sorted out for you. We're going to be doing, or we're going to be asking you, and you should be thinking about doing some marketing for the event as well, just to try and help with a little bit of hype. That'd be fantastic. If you would like to co-brand using our logo for any merch or whatever that you're getting made up, you can certainly feel free. We would appreciate if you are going to put it onto, like, t-shirts, hats, whatever. If you can send us the mock-up, that would be fantastic. We've never had any problems yet, but just give us the heads up. And if you're going to be using the logo, please make sure that you tag us in as well, just so we can show the love, we can repost, like, love, and do all the right things from a marketing perspective. Okay, Sydney and Melbourne, as you know, sold out in 2 days. And when we say sold out, obviously the tickets are free of charge. The sponsors are thinking, no, they weren't free of charge to me. That to the attendee, free of charge, Melbourne and Sydney in 2 days, sold out. What we're doing, we've given you all of the event links here, just in case you've not got it. I just do that. It redirects onto the Eventbrite collection, which has got all of our events, including all of the VIP events. There are still tickets available for Perth and Brizzy. We're up to, I think it's the best part of 500 attendees for both. So Perth and Brizzy are picking up really, really well. Sydney and Melbourne, we've not got final numbers because we've got such a big wait list, but I think it's going to be very, very similar numbers to last time. So there's going to be about 1,000 people coming through the door for Sydney and 1,000 coming through the door, probably more actually for Melbourne, because we've got a bit more capacity down there. So there we go. So for the main event, first of all, let me just tell you about Sydney and Melbourne tickets. It says that there are promo codes. Okay, so promo codes are what you put in when you go to the Eventbrite website and it says it's sold out. There's a little box for a promo code which will get you around that and get your ticket immediately with no wait listing. Are we getting excited about that one? I am. Okay, so all the promo codes are down at the bottom of the document. So 27 pages. Fantastic. Where? Oh, there we go. Okay, so from Melbourne at the very bottom, we can expand it out. Altus, Australia Post, Aware, CBA, Cloudflare, you've all got your own individual codes that you can use. You can just click directly on the link or just post in the promo code OzPostCares, for example. Please, these are finite resources, finite pots of tickets. So please use them accordingly. But you do have an opportunity to be able to invite more people to the event, even though it is sold out. If your ticket does run out, please tell us. And then we can have a look and see what the overall capacity is. And we can issue you with another sort of small pod as required. So the event links with the promo codes are event specific. So this number in the middle is specific for Melbourne. It is a different number from the Sydney event. You can see it's got this 977 thing in it. It is unique. Okay, so you can't go onto the Melbourne event and hope that that's going to work. Anyway, clicking on that link, you get your tickets for Sydney, you'll get your tickets for Melbourne. And should we sell out on Perth and Brizzy, there is a mild possibility of it at this point, as in, we're getting pretty full. Then we've also got some codes for Bris Vegas and for Perth as well, which you don't need at this point. So don't think that you're missing out. Any immediate questions? Okay, we'll crack on.
Even are those codes that we should be using as sponsors as well to get tickets? I saw the BeerOps chat bot says that everyone needs to register, including sponsors.
Everybody does, absolutely. Everybody. There are going to be security people on the door that are going to do this. And they're going to say, no ticket, no entry. Literally. So please, everybody that you want to get into that room must register, including the sponsors as well, please.
Just had another question as well, Stephen. So did you say there's 500 open tickets, or sorry, 500 people attending now, or how many people are left to actually register for the event?
How many, are you asking how many people are on the wait list at this point?
For Brisbane, sorry.
Oh, for Brizzy, we've got, it's about 460,
okay,
I think, for Brizzy, and I think Perth are about 5 tickets behind. So
too easy.
Let the battle commence.
And what's the capacity for Brisbane, out of curiosity?
What is the capacity? I cannot honestly remember off the top of my head. So we're at, I think it's something like 600, 650, something like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so there's still, there's still capacity to go out there and start shouting from the rooftops. Don't be shy. Okay, so you know about promo codes now. So that means that Sydney and Melbourne, you are able to get more people into this full event. VIP event. So just in case anybody's missed it, there is an opportunity for attending a couple of events here. The main event is where you get like 1,000 people coming through the door. It's all about talent, HR, branding, all the rest of that sort of good stuff. But there's also an opportunity to get into a much smaller separate room for the VIP event. So this is where all the senior tech execs lurk. There's an opportunity for every single sponsor to qualify to get into that room. And by qualification, we're keeping it really simple and putting it in short words. You pony up 2, we give you a ticket, just to try and keep the balance right in that room. So you refer and get them to register. Senior tech execs, non-sales, outside of your own organization would be preferred. You give us 2 onto the list, then we give you a golden ticket. So you can get in there and you can be rubbing shoulders with, C-suites of all the rest of the companies that are in there. It's a big opportunity, and it's open to every single sponsor, but it is a contributing model. Give us 2, you get 1. Any questions on that one immediately?
Yes, just around, I suppose, the reason for why these VIPs would like to attend, because I know that for them, they're very time sensitive and time poor. For me, the message I'm going in with is pretty much around, hey, get to kind of speak to other like-minded individuals. What else can we kind of be arming them up with to get them on board?
Okay. Invite wording. I'm trying to get better at this. Okay, so if I click on that, introduction to sponsors, we've given you some demographics. Or over here, you've got a preview of the document. We've got some pie chart demographics to show them who else is going to be in the room. So it's good for their network. They're going to go along to dig their network before they need it. They get to beat the queue of 1,000 people and have some fun as well whilst they're doing it. So yeah, like it's all about reassurance of you know, like if they are thinking about putting in some new technology, they can come along and speak to another bunch of, you know, CXOs that have already made that mistake. Maybe they might be able to be of service to some of the other, you know, CXOs that are in the room. Yeah, these people are like, they're generally aware of what the benefits are, you know, going into one of these events. You know, they're not going to, you know, we are not going to be selling to them or anything. We're not going to be giving away any of their information. And we found that this mixture, that this approach seems to work okay. As in Sydney just now, the room's got bigger again. We're now at, as of yesterday, it was 170 people, something like that. I don't know about Melbourne. Melbourne is a few more weeks out, but that sort of model seems to work. Once they've been there once before, then they generally come back. We've got a very high percentage of repeat offenders, put it that way.
Hey, Steve, just a quick one on the VIP room. Is it a separate room this year for the execs, so they're not on the floor?
Okay, so yes is the answer to that. So Sydney, what we're doing, because it's at Dockside again, we are desperately trying to work out the logistics of how all this goes together. Dockside were very happy to provide like another room for us, but they wanted about another $7,000 or $8,000 for 1 hour. So I thought, yeah, maybe that's better, you know, better spent sort of elsewhere or given away to kids with cancer or whatever. So what we're doing is, as you walk into Dockside for Sydney, we have a partition which is going to be pulled over the far 20-25% of the room, and we're going to open up a separate door to allow the VIPs in. So yes is the answer. I didn't see who that was. I'm assuming it was Mr. Layton asking. And we're also doing we do have separate rooms completely, separate areas completely for all other states. So it is definitely going to be a more sort of intimate affair for all qualifying sponsors, and a better quality of event for the senior tech execs as well, because they're not being, you know, smashed by hungry salespeople in their thousands. Okay, so there's an opportunity to get into one of those small rooms for all of you who would like to do some, you know, some inviting and get them to get them sign up. Any other questions about VIP? Okay, we'll move on. So we've got some invite wording in there, which is cool. Okay, so we are as people who have sponsored before will know, there are a number of students that come along to the event. And this is awesome for the students, for the sponsors who've got grad programs, and not so good for the sponsors who do not have grad programs. If you have a grad program and you would like to have your table co-located where the students are going to be, then please, can you put your feelings into the chat? If you do not have a grad program, let us know in the chat. If you do have a grad program and would like your table co-located there, put it in the chat. We need to hear from you either way, please. What we're going to do, this GradOps is essentially like a quarter of the room, 20%, 25% of the room, where we're going to tell the grads to go. Now, we know that this is not optimal for people that do not have grad programs, so we're trying to keep them away from those sponsors. At the end of year, we're running GradOps as a separate event, which will precede the VIP event. So we are going to try and remove the students from the room to the GradOps event. So it will be better for them, better for the sponsors who do want to have conversations, and better for the sponsors who do not necessarily want to have the conversations. Does that make sense? Any questions on GradOps? Okay, we're all.
Oh, sorry, Stephen, I can't access the chat because I think it's my computer. But if you could put us down at post for not having a grad scheme, that'd be great.
Sorry, who's sorry? I can't.
Oh, sorry, it's Dave. Dave here from Australia Post.
Fantastic. Making a little. So you do or do not?
We don't. No.
Okay.
I can't get onto the chat. Sorry, there's something going wrong with
Okay, cool. We'll make a note of that, Dave. Thanks very much for that. Okay, so everybody else, I can't see the chat just now. Please put do not want to be in student corner, do want to be in student corner. So we can make sure that we can allocate accordingly. We are also doing community tables in case you have missed this one. These are completely sponsor-free, cost-free tables that we are giving away to people that are good causes. So for instance, we've had nominations for somebody that's giving away digital education to all those who can't access it readily. So 16 of the sort of poorest countries in the world, they are providing they're providing hardware, they're providing software, they're doing a great job. We've got another guy that is running a charity. Yeah, you know the sort of thing we're talking about. People that have got a good philanthropical nature that are trying to make the world a better place. We would love to be able to shout about them and help those people with marketing and stuff like that. A completely cost-free table. I've put the link in here. So if you've got any suggestions, please just fill in the form. We're probably going to have to close the doors on this at close of business on Monday. Okay, so please make your nominations. I think we were running it for like 4 or 5 days, and there's only 7 nominations. So I've had to go out and chase people, to give away free stuff. So Ben, you've got, in fact, everybody who's in recruitment, you've got networks that are 10 million kilometers deep. You've got to know some good causes in here. You can by proxy, you can introduce them to be able to get a free table. Okay, so if you can let us know, that'd be great. We are doing all we can to raise money for Kids with Cancer Foundation. If you feel the urge to bring along your company credit card and give us a tap on the night, that would be fantastic. We're trying to encourage $500 if you can, although you should not be embarrassed if you want to give more than that. We're going to take your picture up on stage. We'll give you the pictures for, get them out on the socials. Try and make it, everybody feel good, and you get a tax invoice on request as well from them. It's nothing to do with us. It just goes straight onto their machine. I'd like it to go through my bank account, but that's not the way the world works. Okay, so this is something that many sponsors just miss out on completely. They don't prepare for the aftermath of what happens. When you come onto BeerOps, you're going to meet a heck of a lot of people. There's going to be business opportunities. There'll be personal opportunities if you're out there networking. It's going to happen. There is a massive number of people in that room. So just to make sure that you are prepared for it, just who's responsible for the ROI here, and how are you going to capture your metrics? Have you told your team to collate all of the business leads into a specific place, for example? Do you have time with your sales team booked out in their diaries to be able to follow up on any conversations? Yeah, there's going to be opportunity here. Just make sure that you're geared up for it, especially around, taking pictures on the night. Who's going to do what? Who's going to take what type of pictures from what angles? Who's going to be posting them on the night? Maybe you can set up some templates beforehand. It makes it much easier. And of course, just like tag us in, as well, and we'll do the likes and shares. Who's going to be doing posting after the event? So you'll have some pictures, you'll have a wrap up of the value, that BeerOps, and the feelings, the emotions that you felt being at BeerOps. So you can publish that as well, just to share the memories, which would be fantastic. Okay, so now we get on. I'm not going to go through the next 26 pages blow by blow, but on the chat bot, on this page, you'll see that there's actually, this BeerOps FAQ is hyperlinked. It's actually a website which is published that's got all of our FAQs that we fed into our chatbot. So our chatbot does what's called semantic matching, which means it understands the meaning of the word. So you could, in theory, phrase any of these questions any way you want, and it should be able to answer you. So I'm not going to go through them all. We've got the details of where and when. It's horrible formatting. I do apologize. We will get clever one of these days. where and when the events are. The logistics contacts are all published here as well as in the sponsor portal. You've got all the logistics details in there. And I'm going to get Amanda, once we get to the bottom of this, just to go through the sponsor portal very briefly to show you what information is there and help to answer any questions that you might have. So we've got details of where it's going to be, when it's going to be, and the logistics contacts for delivering your swag. There is definitely, you need to pay attention to how to label up your swag if you're going to be sending it to the site. Loading docks, for attention of, etc. Because we have had swag go missing, and it always causes stress, obviously, on the night. Excuse me. Prize giveaways. Okay, so we're doing prize giveaways a little bit differently this time because there were so many people up on stage giving away prizes. There was like smaller value JB Hi-Fi vouchers and stuff like that. What we ended up with was an enormous room, and this particular segment took about a fortnight to get through, to give away, for everybody to identify themselves that's actually on site, etc., etc. So what we're going to do is, if you want to give away what we call a major prize, you can do this up on stage, but it's only for prizes that are $500 plus. Any other prize giveaways that you want to do, games or challenges, whatever you're doing on your tables, and you've got a goldfish bowl on your table, you want to run your own local thing, feel free, knock yourself out. You're more than welcome. We will give you some stage time just to say hi, with a microphone, if it's a $500 plus, $500 plus prize value. Okay, so there will be less people on stage, which means that the segment is not going to drag on for too long, taking people away from what they should be doing, which is networking. Any questions about the prize giveaway there?
Hi, Stephen. It's Patricia from Software Scale. Just a quick question. So if we did have a prize 500 plus, how do we tell you about it so that we get on the stage?
Okay, so tell us. Just drop an email to sponsor@BeerOps.io and just give us the link of the picture of the thing that you're going to be giving away, and then we will happily consider that in some of our marketing as well, and just say, hey, there's
great
sassy action going on here. Here's another reason why you need to come along, because look, we're giving away some awesome prizes.
Awesome, will do. Thanks.
Like Ben Layton's going to give away $1,000 of his own money, probably, like he's that sort of guy. So, isn't that right?
There's no money left. Thanks, Steve.
Got a question, but if that's the case, then even though we are a kind of diamond sponsor or whatever it is, if we don't have any prize over like $500, we will lose the chance of representing ourselves on the event.
No, you are. Excuse me, just one sec. We're going to be giving the diamonds a shout out from stage anyway. Please don't get that bit wrong. We will definitely be making a noise, but with regards to dedicated stage time, if you guys want to do the major prize, or like if you want to come up and give like a charity tap, then you are more than welcome to come on up, and we can give you like a minute or so on the microphone at that point. There are many sponsors, including quite a few diamonds. So if we gave everybody sort of 5 minutes on the microphone, that'd be the entire evening gone, unfortunately. Oops. My screen has just gone into sleep mode. Hopefully you can still see my screen now. Does that answer your question? I'm more than happy to to continue. We can have a chat sort of offline if you want more details.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where can I get BeerOps t-shirt? We're going to have the BeerOps.
Sorry, Stephen, you're not sharing anymore.
There we go. It's because my screen. Where is it? I have. Where is it? There we go. Right, I found you. Too many tabs open here. That's the problem. We just do launch. Share screen. Entire screen sounds great. That one. Okay, are we back? Am I now sharing screen?
Yeah.
Marquis? Yes. Okay. So BeerOps t-shirts are going to be available. We will be flogging a few BeerOps t-shirts at cost. Any money raised, all the donations for the t-shirts are going to go straight onto the charity Tapper. We don't see any of that. Will parking be available at the venue? Yeah, yes, no, maybe. Speak to the venue directly, and then they will be able to help you with parking and how to get into the logistics bay and all the rest of that stuff. Is the venue accessible? I certainly hope so. These are really, really, really big venues. Recommendations for hotels. Yeah, use TripAdvisor. Where does BeerOps take place? How do I get to the venue? We give some detailed information on the tickets about that. Hotels, accessibility stuff. Where can I view? I'm just trying to see if there's anything here that's going to be immediately obvious. Sponsoring promotional material, yes. But, oh, sorry. With regards to promotional material, there's going to be drinks and snacks that will be served throughout the night. These snacks will run out eventually. So just trying to give you a bit of a heads up. Like if you want to try and make your table as attractive as possible to get people over, you might want to get like some lollies, all the stuff that your mum told you never to eat when you were a kid. Buy it. They'll all come across. So, you know, boxes of little cupcakes, you know, for example, you are going to get a crowd of people coming on round. Or if you got like a game of chance on your, on your table, bounce a ball, see if you can get it in a cup to win a lolly, just anything like that to be able to try and get their interest. You'll probably find that will be useful. Opportunities for sponsors to collaborate. You can speak to any other sponsors that you like. You should do that. There could be mutual opportunity involved. Can you sponsor the VIP event? We would love to take huge piles of your money for that, but it's not going to happen. If we give away the list of names, they're never ever going to come back. So that's a no, unfortunately. Any deadlines? We're doing all the t-shirts right now. Where can you get a floor plan so you can see where all the tables are? You get the floor plan in the sponsor portal. It's one of the downloads in there. What is the sponsor portal and how do I get access? Amanda is going to tell you that just in a sec. What's the process for delivery of swag? As I mentioned before, you can ask the chatbot or have a look in the sponsor portal for the logistics contacts for the specific venues. How do you pick your table? You don't pick your final table. You give us your top 5 nominations on the sponsor portal, and we then use enormous piles of supercomputers to be able to allocate the tables according to your preferred order. We can't give you your first pick the whole time.
I've got a quick question.
Yep.
Sorry to cut you out very quickly though. But so the event's from 6 to 9. How much time before do we get access to the event hall to set up the table and everything?
So bump in time, ladies. I've got
bump in time is 4 p.m. for all venues.
Okay, so technically anytime after 4 we can just be there to set up the tables.
Yes, ideally try and get there at 4 so you're all set up before the VIP event starts at 5.
Yeah, it's in everybody's interest, and we will actively be encouraging everybody to try and get absolutely finished by 5 o'clock, because that's when the VIPs are going to come in, and we'll be walking on past your booths, picking up pairs of socks and lollies and whatever else. You can have some conversations. That answer the question?
Yep, all good. Thank you.
Okay. So the choice of table is like it's an algorithm which has been written, and it's all about what your sponsorship package is. So if you're like a diamond, you're supporting us on a bigger scale, so you are more weighted to get the table of your first choice. but it's done on a couple of things. We've got the sponsor package, and also whether you've signed the contract and whether you've paid us on time as well. That all goes into the algorithm. So if there's any invoices that are still outstanding, it's definitely in your interest to go around to your accounts team and introduce an opportunity for them to pay the bill.
Stephen,
Yes.
as a community partner, it's Karen here.
Yes.
I imagine that you'll just put us somewhere. Did you still want preferences from us?
You can always ask, and I really hope that we can give you what you want.
But we understand where we sit in the pecking order. That's all good. I just wasn't sure. If,
more you get, like, you get a hug from Gerhard or something like that, which is worth so much more. And I will tell you how awesome you are. That's.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll take that too. Don't get me wrong. All right.
That's worth
still
billions.
preferences, but with low expectations.
Yeah, please do it. Please do it. Yeah. Okay, what is the agenda? I'm sure most of you are aware. This is a networking event. It's about getting out from behind the table, get off the chair, a couple of chairs in behind there, get off them, get in front of your table, and get belly to belly with some conversations, as the phrase goes. It's not a death by PowerPoint. It's not about doing talks up on stage. It's not about PowerPoint, flashing on round about you. It's about person-to-person networking relationships. Asking how you can be of service, is a good sort of one that I try and encourage for everybody. If you then follow up, of course, you instill trust, and then commerce can follow generally after that. That's generally the order that we're promoting here. Presentations or demos only done at your table. Whatever you want to do. After will be any after parties. Gerhard, and the rest of the organizational team will be leaving on our knees. We're that tired. If you fancy going out for another couple of orange juices, you are more than welcome. All right, what's the event? Who should attend? What is the VIP event and who attends? We've talked about that already. Can I bring a guest with me? Of course you can, as long as they register, because security won't let them in otherwise. Okay, can you swap your Eventbrite ticket? No. Can you cancel your ticket? Yes. If I want to pass my ticket to a pal, can we do that? No. Get them to register, and then you can cancel your ticket, please. How much does it cost? Absolutely nothing. Where can I get some more information? Do I still need to register if I'm a sponsor? 3, 2, 1. Yes. Who to contact? Okay. This one's a good one. We have had one instance where there was one person was a bit wobbly on their feet and got a bit obstreperous. We got told about this, I think, 3 days afterwards by a sponsor. And that left us in the position of going, it's very interesting. We're very upset to hear that you got that, but we can't do anything about it at all. There's nothing we can do about it because we don't know who it was. You can't tell us specifically. So if you come across any issues whatsoever, anybody wobbly, anybody opening their mouth where they should not be opening their mouth and saying inappropriate things. In fact, I was going to say that's me after the event immediately. Yeah, please tell us. Just tell us there and then. Anybody wearing a pink T-shirt that says BeerOps on it? Yeah, tell them. Tell the venue staff as well. Tell us. We can do something about it immediately. If somebody is not in the right vibe, then we will ban them from absolutely everything else that we do. But we've got to know about it on the night. What else we got? DE&I, yes. Who started it? Staff. Told you about GradOps.
Sorry, Stephen.
Yes.
Sorry, you just scrolled past the volunteering thing. Do you want to quickly talk about that, or if
did I skip past that? Anyway, let's.
There it is. There.
Yes, here we go. Right. So why would you? We need an army of volunteers to be able to run BeerOps. why would you want to ask your team to become volunteers? Because they're going to help to check in an enormous number of people. So when these people are getting badged up, you're obviously going to know who they are. You know, CTO of this company, head of this company, whatever. It's great to make a fantastic first impression and give you first dibs at setting up meetings. We are going to be rotating those wonderful people who volunteer, because some of the check-in tables are actually out on the balcony. So they most certainly are not going to be out there for the duration. We will cycle them, but I would definitely encourage you to think about supplying some volunteers. So Markita, how would that work? How could they get in contact with you?
Yes, so in this chat, I can share a link. So you can socialize the link. Anyone who wants to register to be a volunteer, they just click on this link, submit their details, and then we'll be contacting them separately, asking them to register on our new volunteer portal, where they will be able to select which time slot they want to volunteer at, because we've got different roles and all of them are at like different times, like earlier in the evening or later. So they can then put in their preferences. Not everyone will be guaranteed a spot if we're oversubscribed, but at the moment we are in desperate need of volunteers. So I shall share that link now.
Yeah, I think for Sydney, we need to have a bit of a top up. I think at this point we were very, very, very late in starting to advertise for help. So if any of you are in, or any of your team are in a sales capacity, I think it's probably a very good spot for anybody that's in a sales capacity to get out and just say hi to those people as early as possible to help get in and out of the elements. Sorry, Makita.
Sorry, and just to add, so anyone who's previously volunteered, we will be contacting them automatically 2 weeks before the event. So all our previous Sydney volunteers have been emailed earlier this week. But essentially, this is for both new and existing, this link. Anyone can use it. Yep.
Okay. Any questions about volunteers? All quiet. Okay, that's good. We'll also get history of GradOps we've talked about already. What's VIP? We told you already. If we got harassment, what do we do? You contact us on the night. And promo codes with no waitlist. We've already chatted about that. And you've got a page of them for Sydney and a page of them for Melbourne at this point. Okay, I think that's pretty much all from me. What I might do is just get Amanda to share your screen, if that's okay, and just give us a quick whiz through the sponsor portal, please.
All right. So before I start, I just want to clarify that not everybody from this meeting, or not every sponsor representative will get access to the portal. So we sent the invites out to the main sponsor contacts. So because the events are linked, to a certain name on the back end, so we are not able to give everybody access to the portal. But if you are sponsoring multiple events, like multiple cities, and you have state contacts for each of the event, please let us know, so that we can give each of the state contacts access to the portal. So once the invite is sent out, this is what you will see on your email. So it's an invitation to join the BeerOps portal. What you need to do is just create a new password. It will allow you to create a new password. And then this is what the portal looks like. So once you're in the portal, if you're sponsoring 4 events, you should be able to see there 4 events under the list of events. But if, for example, you're only sponsoring like 1 or 2, that's those are the only events that you will see on your portal. And then we'll get to I'll go back to the dashboard later, but let's start with the venue logistics first. So this is where you will be able to see all delivery information, any loading dock information for each of the events. So if you scroll, and then there's a clickable link here which will route you to there, if they have any delivery labels and whatnot, you should be able to access that. Just a quick note that this is a view, your permissions would be view only. So what you can do is just download all the documents from that folder, and you should be able to have all the details that you need. And then the next one is the FAQ page. So on the FAQ page, if you click on that, in here is the BeerOps FAQ, the same thing that Stephen was showing earlier. So it will like route you to a site where we have all the BeerOps FAQs, or you can visit our website, and then it will route you. There's a chat bot there, wherein you can ask some questions, and you should be able to get the information that you're looking for as well. Okay, now we go to sponsors. So if you click like beside your name or on any of the empty spaces, it will pop up a box. So what you can do is edit it. If you'll see the first 3 lines here, so the company name, full name, and email, those are grayed out, which means that you are unable to modify it. For the email domains, Stephen, can you please share more about what the email domains are?
Yeah, sure. So many people want to know how many of my team have registered, so they can find out we've only got like 2 people have registered so far, when you're expecting to get a team of 40 down there. So for instance, so this is where you put in the email domains, so we can search for them really easily. And don't forget, if you've got multiple domains that people may register by, then put them down there. For instance, could be like a Combank, ComAU, or Commonwealth Bank of Australia Bank, or whatever the other domains are. So just comma separate your email domains that you'd expect your team to have when they register, please.
All right, thank you. And then it will ask you for your mobile number, your website, and then there's a student quarter section here. So as what Stephen was saying earlier, once we go to the dashboard, I'll show you how you can choose your top 5 preferred tables. But if here on the student quarter, if you hover over it, it says that, if you answer yes, we will try to allocate your table in the student quarter area. Or, but if you answer no, we will try to allocate your table as far away from the student quarter area. So that's how it looks like. And then, so it will also ask you for the representative's name of your marketing, sales, and HR. Stephen, can you also give them more explanation as to what this is for?
Yeah, sure. So this is just to help you get best return on investment. Normally, or historically, we have only dealt with people in marketing, and people who are in marketing are all about brand and talent, etc. However, we run a VIP room, which is more sales focused. Hence, we're asking for the name of a senior salesperson so we can reach out to them, get a meeting sorted out so they understand what opportunity it is already on offer. And you've already paid for it from like a marketing perspective, but sales can contribute as well, to the event. So that's why we ask for all of the different names. It's just so we can chat to them, tell them this is the opportunity for you to allow you to get best ROI.
Great, thank you. And then we have here company logos. So most of you, I believe, have already provided us your logo. So it's actually okay, if you can leave that. But if you haven't provided us your logo yet via email, we'd sincerely appreciate, if you can just upload your logos in here. So this section is for the web banner. So it's just, it doesn't have to be a high resolution logo. But if you are a premium sponsor, which means that your logos will be printed onto the t-shirts, please upload your high resolution logos in here on logo number 5. And then the next one would be prize giveaways. So again, as Stephen mentioned earlier, we made changes to how we are doing the prize giveaway. So on the sponsor portal, what you can do is if you're giving out a major prize that's worth $500 and above, please put your the details of your major prize onto the sponsor portal. But if you're giving out a price that's less than $500, please send an email to sponsor@beerops.io, because what we will do is, again, we can still include that on any of our marketings, just to entice people to visit your table, but you don't have to put that on the sponsor portal anymore. And then just click on update, and then it will save all your details. If there's a need for you to update, any information, you can always go back to it and then make changes. Just make sure to click on update, please, so that it gets saved. And then the next one is the dashboard. So, for example, you are sponsoring Sydney. You should be able to see this on your end. And then when you click on tables list, so you should be able to see the floor plan in here, and then, the different tables in here. So for the floor plan, it looks, small, but what you can do is, you can just zoom in so you can see better the tables. And then once you've chosen your top 5 preferred tables, what you need to do is, you just drag them over to the right side. So you'll also see here, we have identified which tables is going to be part of the grad corner. So if you see, for example, Sid grad corner, that's going to be on the grad corner area. And this is not going to be, in that area if it doesn't have any grad corner in it. So you drag your top 5 preferred tables, for example, and then just click on submit. That will save your top 5 preferred tables. And once we do the allocation, we would be able to see that on the back end. If, for example, you change your mind and you want to change, say, 1 or 2 of the tables, all you have to do is drag back the tables to the available tables, and then go ahead and choose whatever table you want to replace it with. Again, just click on submit, and then that information will get saved. So that should be it for the sponsor portal. Again, we have sent the invitations to all the key sponsor contacts. So please get in touch with them, because if you have you're sponsoring multiple events, and each of the city has their own state contacts who need to have access to the portal, please do let us know so that we can provide access to you.